Greetings, fellow armchair Imagineers. Tiki here, and tonight we're doing a mini talk in Mr. Banks. Oh, God, I'm getting my Mr. and my Mrs. confused. That's what I get for having two titles of shows with practically the same, talking Mrs. Bates, talking Mr. Banks. Oh, God, this is getting confusing. Oh, what have I done? What have I done? But regardless, tonight, what are we here to talk about? Well, it is an exciting day for Disney Park fans. It's a day that comes around only every so often. It's the day where we get a new POV of a ride that we have been anticipating for a long time. So yay! Oh boy, this is really exciting. I remember, there's so many. There's so many off the top of my head. Of course, Expedition Everest was a big one. Oh God, I remember watching one guy film an Expedition Everest video on the opening day, and he just recorded his reaction to it. And the great thing about it was that he'd been tracking the progress of that ride for like 5 years. So, just seeing his all-out bliss in actually having that attraction come to light for him was just, oh, so delightful. And then, of course, we had the opening of Radiator Springs Racers, which is something that I was anticipating for quite a few years. Lovely to see all those beautiful animatronics at work. Mystic Manor at Hong Kong Disneyland, even though, I'm probably never going to get to Hong Kong Disneyland or Tokyo Disneyland or any of the other foreign parks in my life, sadly. But, that was a brilliant ride, great POV. But now, we get to a ride that has been delayed for quite some time. Holy crap, oh my God. Oh, Disney, what are you doing? You're getting behind in terms of Universal Studios kind of kicking your ass at this point, but that's kind of a whole different podcast. Oh, it's just fact at this point, though. It really is, but I digress. In light of this ride taking a long time to produce, I really am happy with the results. So, essentially, I'll provide a link for the POV right down there in the description. Essentially, the Seven Dwarfs Mine Train, I gotta take it, it's kind of like a little bit of a mini Expedition Everest in a way. I don't know, just kind of in the way it's done, because you have the whole outdoor part, and then the indoor part, and then the outdoor part again. But there's quite a few touches that I really like about this ride, and I actually kind of... Like, Everest is definitely a bigger scale attraction. Like, I mean, of course, that's pretty obvious. However, I kind of feel like Snow White, the Seven Dwarfs Mine Train, is a more complete and well-rounded experience, and I'll kind of get into why. So, first, I really love the synergy of how this ride kind of plays into the new Fantasyland environment, and especially the Little Mermaid ride next door. Just great rock work, just really beautiful looking. It's just totally just a great setting. It's really neat the way they kind of build up to the dwarves in the ride, where you see all the mining equipment and whatnot. And I just think it's really cool that Disney has gone and paid homage to Snow White. Their first animated film, certainly not the perfect Disney movie by any stretch of the imagination. I think nowadays it's kind of one of the movies that people kind of like to pick apart and make fun of for certain respects. But it is a very, very well-renowned classic, of course. Without it, we wouldn't have animation as we know it, so, got to give it props. It's definitely got its place in the annals of annals. Wow, I just said annals. It definitely has its place in the in the chronicle, in the history book of animation. So I thought it was really cool to see a whole. I don't know. Would you categorize this as an e-ticket or a D-ticket? I think it's definitely on the e-ticket. Just because of the animatronics and whatnot. It's definitely more ride for kids than Everest is. Like, Everest is really more on the thrill seeker side. I mean, of course, it's still considered a family coaster, But I think Everest is also a ride where, you know, genuine thrill seekers also appreciate it. This, I kind of feel like it's not so much about the roller coaster element of it. It really isn't. It's more a storytelling ride that just happens to have some thrill ride, you know. But granted, one of the interesting things about the POV that I watched, of course, the theme park review POV, theme park review, #1 source in roller coaster POVs. Oh yeah. One of the interesting things they noted is that the swinging effect, and we all know the swinging effect. You know, it's designed to actually give you the simulation of actually being in a minecart, so you're swinging back and forth and whatnot. They noted that, well, it doesn't really look like much on the ride or off the ride or even on camera. You definitely feel it. So I get the feeling that the swinging effect is definitely the most thrilling element of this ride. I mean, it's certainly the kind of gimmick that they've kind of been playing around with, and, you know. So, I don't know. I mean, I think that the coaster part itself is really tame. You know, it's like there's really not any big drops or anything like that. But, I mean, that's the same thing with Matterhorn, Space Mountain, Big Thunder. So it's really no different. Really, the only major themed coaster with a huge drop, in my memory, is Everest. But of course, the meat of the attraction is the animatronics, and holy crap, are they great! And I must say, outside of the animatronics, this just, like, going into the mine, it's just, oh my god, the diamonds, dude. Like, I don't know if it's like a mix of projections and physical. It's crazy. It's just like, just looking at it on video, it's just like, wow. I mean, it's got to be straight up one of the most impressive set pieces I've seen from Disney in quite a long time. I mean, it's right up there with anything they've produced, you know, like from Indiana Jones or something like that. I mean, this is just from a sheer technical point of view and from just a sheer, like, wow factor, just going into those mines. It's, oh god, I mean, it's gonna put Snow White's Scary Adventures at Disneyland to shame. I mean, that's because that's always been kind of the favorite part of the dark ride. There is the mine part. So it's kind of funny that they built a whole ride out of what was essentially a big scene in the dark ride. But what can be said about the animatronics? I mean, they just straight up look like cartoons come to life. It's just like Roger Rabbit territory here. It's like, what is going on? When I watch this, it's really ridiculous. It's just, I don't know. You know, I think there's only, what's interesting is I think there's only one animatronic for every dwarf. So you see each dwarf once. I mean, I could be wrong about that, but that's what I got. You know, the first one you see is Dopey, and he's got the diamonds in his eyes and everything, and he's bouncing around. They really make a big point of sneezing on you. I have to watch it again. I didn't really see where Grumpy was. But what I really liked was the timing of when the clock goes off, and Doc is sitting on his perch, and he's just like, you know, and he starts the hi-ho thing. I mean, just, it seems like they have it really timed down to a science where that goes off, and, you know, at just the right point. And it's really just kind of cool from just a theatrical point of view. It feels like you're actually there. Like I said, it feels like a cartoon come to life. Then we get to the lift hill. And to tell you the truth, this is the one part of the ride I'm a little bit iffy about, just a little bit, because it's like, you got the projections of the dwarves, you know, and it's just like, I don't know, like, maybe it looks cooler in person, but to me, I don't know. I guess this is just my bias showing through, because I'm really kind of anti-projection, and I know it's kind of the way of the future and everything, but I don't know. To me, it's like whenever I see projections, I'm just like, oh, look, it's a fancy Sony HD screen or something like that. You know, it's especially something like The Bride in the Haunted Mansion at Disneyland, the way she is now, the Davy Jones Miss Screen, crap like that. I'm just really not a big fan of it. So, again, it could look really good in person. I don't know, but to me, just like again, I like the musical cue and the transition to it. I just think for the lift hill, you could have come up with something a little more exciting. Like I would have liked to see the. I guess it's just asking too much to see more dwarf animatronics, because hot damn, those dwarfs look amazing, and I bet they just cost a whole bundle of money. So maybe it's asking too much to see more dwarf action, more animatronic action. But it really would have been great if the lift hill would have been all the dwarves going along, and singing. I don't know, that's the one thing I was kind of disappointed in, is that we didn't actually get to see the dwarves physically singing hi-ho, you know what I mean? But, I don't know, for what it is, it looks good. And then we get to the coaster part, and it's like the drop, I don't know, it's, as Rob from Theme Park Review so enthusiastically puts it, oh my god, it's the big drop! Oh, I love you, Rob, and all your over-descriptive commentary. Oh, it's really what makes Theme Park Review videos what they are. We're going through the loop-de-loop! Oh my god! Oh, stay classy, my friend. But, so anyways, we get to the coaster part. I'm sure that the swinging is what actually makes it thrilling. I'm sure of it. And so it's just something that you'd kind of have to experience in person, I guess. But then we get to my favorite part of the whole damn ride, which is right at the very end. And this, oh my god, this totally caught me by surprise when I saw this. I was like, what? Wow, okay, that's great. That's great. Something much better of a finale than Disco Yeti, I must say, is you come upon a cottage. What I love about this so much is that it's outdoors. It's so cool. You almost never see outdoor stuff anymore. You come upon a cottage and you actually see the silly song going on inside the cottage. So through the windows and everything. So it's like a full animatronic thing going on. I love how it's through the windows. I love how it's like you actually have to look to see it. Like I feel like that's going to cause like some rewritability, to actually physically see it as much as you can. And then of course my favorite touch of the whole thing. Like I just melted when I saw this. I'm sure Garrett Manning Reith can attest to this. Anyone who's a fan of Snow White Scary Adventures in Disneyland knows what I'm talking about. Oh my god, how great is it that at the very end of the ride, I can't believe it. I can't believe it. This just warms my freaking heart. This just made my day. At the very end of the ride, you see the freaking evil queen, and she's lurking outside the cottage, and it's just like a full-on animatronic of her, like in all her creepy glory, like the Days of the Haunted Mansion scene from Disneyland Fun or something like that. She's got the apple and everything. Oh no, Snow White, don't eat the apple. Oh god, I love it. I love it, and I think that's a clear as day homage to Snow White Scary Adventures. It's gotta be. It's gotta be. And it's brilliant. It's brilliant. I love it. Oh my god, what a way to end it. What a way to end it, because it's like that evil queen is one of the best Disney villains. It's the first one and one of the best and most creepy ones. So, yeah, that really made it for me. That I was like, when I saw that, because I am a huge fan of Scary Adventures. Of course, we named a whole show after it. So, great to see that. So yeah, that's pretty much my thoughts for the new attraction opening up at Walt Disney World. I'm not sure exactly when it opens to the public. I know Theme Park Review did a media event on it, but it should be open, like really, really soon. But yeah, like I said, I will link the POV in the description so you can check it out for yourselves. Oh yes. And yeah, one thing I want to announce, guys, the Wes Anderson, the series where I go over the complete works of Wes Anderson with a very quirky microscope, that's somewhat been put on hold, and I'll tell you why. It's just because Adventure Blue Dude really wants to be a part of a lot of the episodes we have coming up, including let's see, especially Royal Tenenbaums, Life Aquatic, and Fantastic Mr. Fox, which are pretty much like the next three in a row. Well, not counting Darjeeling Limited, but regardless, I know Adventure Blue Dude really wants to be a part of Royal Tenenbaums and Life Aquatic, and God, it's like these are just getting so spread apart. So it's like I already did Bottle Rocket, I already did Grand Budapest Hotel, so right now, I kind of want to put a pin in the Wes Anderson and come back to it when Adventure Blue Dude has more time. Because I feel like not doing it with Adventure Blue Dude, it's kind of like cheating the series. It's like, I don't know, because I know he's just got a lot to say about those movies, and it'd just be a shame to go on without him. So, however, I am pleased to announce that I am going to be starting, I'm not sure when, I'm pretty sure not this month, but probably like early June, and it'll run for 3 months. The live action summer. Oh yes, what is the live action summer? Well, the live action summer is my retrospective series on each and every live action Nickelodeon movie studio release. Yeah! And just to be clear, this is only counting main Nickelodeon Studios releases that don't have a bunch of different studios attached to them. Because there's some of them like, let's see, Yours, Mine, and Ours, for example, where it's like, oh, it's Nickelodeon movie, but it's also Paramount and MGM and, like 3 other companies. So I don't really count those. I'm just counting the ones where it's just released primarily by Nickelodeon Movie Studios and Paramount. So that's basically my criteria, but I will get into a whole bunch of them, starting with Harriet the Spy. So just look for that. This month is kind of going to be a little bit of a slow spell because everyone's kind of busy with finals and everything like that. But I'm definitely going to pull some solo reviews for you guys. I'm going to do a commentary on My Dinner with Andre. Oh, what else am I going to do? I don't know. I'll have a lot of stuff up for you guys. But I'm sorry it's been a little bit dry the past week or so. But yeah, so expect some future videos soon. And yeah, like I said, my apologies for any of you who were kind of looking forward to the Wes Anderson. I do very much intend to finish that series. It's just, like I said, I just really don't want to go on without Adventure Blue Dude's full availability. So, and not to mention, I feel like Rushmore to Moonrise Kingdom is kind of like the main crux of the Wes Anderson filmography to begin with, but I digress. I'm kind of burning way too much time on scheduling and whatnot on this video, so I will just go ahead and shut up. Yeah. So, alright, I hope you guys enjoyed my thoughts. I guess probably the next time I'm going to do this is probably going to be when Universal Studios Florida opens their Harry Potter expansion, which I'm incredibly excited about. I think it's, quite frankly, I think it's a little bit groundbreaking in terms of theme park design to have 2 theme parks connected to each other that much. So I'm stoked for that, to see everything. And also, oh my god, you can't, who can argue with a freaking animatronic dragon is the centerpiece of a land? I mean, that's just amazing. So as soon as POVs and whatnot for the Wizarding World of Harry Potter expansion comes online, like the day of, I will definitely be getting my opinions about that, because, like I said, this could be a whole different podcast. Like, we could spend a whole hour talking about this, but it's really interesting that at this point in the theme park game, I think it's safe to say that Universal is getting the edge. Like, they are slowly but surely just, oh yeah, Universal Studios, watch out, Disney. Just watch out, because, oh man, Disney's reputation is slipping while Universal's is just going up and up and up. That's all I have to say. Whew, it's going to be interesting. It's a fun time to be a theme park fan. That's all I have to say. Oh, it is a buyer's market, as oh, as Spencer on Survivor would say. So, all right, one last thing to note. I didn't make a full video about this because really the only two movies I really know him from are Roger Rabbit and the Mario Brothers movie, and of course those are two of his most famous movies, but I digress. I just feel like I don't have a grasp on his full career. But seriously, rest in peace, Bob Hoskins. You are freaking amazing in every way, shape, and form, and thank you for giving us the laughs and Who Framed Roger Rabbit. Thank you for being one of the two people that made the Super Mario Brothers movie actually watchable, along with Dennis Hopper, who has also passed away. Just thank you for being an awesome guy in general, and a lot of good years, and just a lot of great memories. I mean, you know, he's just a guy. Roger Rabbit is one of those movies that kind of like, for a lot of people, it's like the transition point between being a kid and being a teenager. So I feel like Bob Hoskins, for a lot of people, is like that tipping point, you know, in their youth. Like, I know when I was a bit younger, I didn't really understand Roger Rabbit. Like, it really took me until I was like 11 or 12 to fully appreciate that movie, because like all the in-jokes and all the, like, it was, like, that movie's a bit, you know, it's a simple plot, but, you know, all the live action stuff, I didn't fully appreciate Bob Hoskins until I got a little bit older, so, I don't know, I feel like Roger Rabbit's kind of one of those coming-of-age things for a lot of people, so, and yeah, I mean, I love the Super Mario Brothers movie, man. I really do. I really do. And I might have to do a video that's just all about the Super Mario Brothers movie in honor of Bob Hoskins, because there is a whole lot I could talk about in regards to oh, I genuinely just, it's amazingly bad. But I digress. I'm going on way too long. So yeah, oh yeah. And I guess one thing I should point out is I asked Adventure Blue Dude. Yes, Adventure Blue Dude, he is sadly unable to join us because he is very busy, but he said, it looks really incredible. It's a bit short, but it has some of the most amazing animatronics I have ever seen. Even better than the Ursula animatronic in Ariel's Undersea Adventure. So, yeah. So that's Adventure Blue Dude's thoughts on the matter. I know it's not as good as having him in person, but what are you going to do? He's busy with finals. So, all right. And yeah, like I said, man, I actually think Everest is bigger scale, of course, but I think this is actually a bit more impressive than Everest, just on a sheer storytelling point of view. It just flows together better for me. Like, Everest has always had a problem with, it always came across as a bit disjointed, and like I kind of feel like the exterior of the ride kind of hypes up the interior a bit more than it really deserves, when really the interior is just like, oh, we're going backwards, as Rob Alvey would say. But yeah, okay, I will just wrap this up. I've been saying that for like 10 minutes. You know I'm not good with wrap-ups. Oh my god. Seven Dwarfs Mine Train. Yeah. If I had money, you know, if I actually had real money, I wish I could actually fly down to Disney World and experience it for myself. But hey, what are you going to do? The POV is pretty good. Like I said, it just flows together really well as an attraction for me, even though it's a bit short. It's a bit on the short side, but I just think, all things considered, the animatronics and just the way everything's set up, and especially the ending, oh my god, the ending's beautiful. Just the ending is just like, just magnificent. But okay, I'm just repeating myself at this point, so have a good night, everyone, and yeah, stay tuned for Inside Baseball. All right.